Hi friends, Tracy here from the Sewing Channel. I've got a new patchwork design for you. We have pockets and we also have a security strap. It doesn't get any better, friends. Enough talking already. Let's get busy making the cutest one-seam crossbody messenger bag ever. If you want to make this one-seam crossbody messenger bag in the patchwork design that I have here, look at your screen. Here is how many squares and sizes that you'll need to make this. No worries though if you don't want to make the patchwork design. I will also pop up on the screen right here the measurements that you'll need if you just want to make an outer fabric and an inner fabric that are different. I finally figured out how to put the pocket in the one seam crossbody bag. So many of you had asked for one. Here are the measurements for that optional pocket right here. First things first, if you're going to make the patchwork design, pick out 2 colors. And yes, I definitely used my scrap wall of fame over there. Still ain't made a dent in it yet. I used all of my aquas and turquoises and all of my reds. I made 2.5-inch squares and I connected them all together. I did choose to press the seams open on this project. I just wanted to keep things as flat as possible. I chose the checkerboard pattern going red, aqua, but you can do anything that you like. You can even make it more scrappy and more organic and random if you want. Now that you've done all your prep work with your patchwork, or you've cut your 2 pieces of fabric, the outer and the inner, if you're only using 2 pieces of fabric other than the patchwork, take the fabric that's your inner fabric and your outer fabric and sew them together. Here's the inside pocket right here. What you're going to do is take the long end of that fabric, fold it right sides together, then you're going to sew around it, leaving about 3 inches on one of the sides, and then you're going to turn it right side out, press it, and then top stitch that area closed. Now it's time to connect that pocket to the base of the inside of this bag. Lay out those 2 big fabrics that are now sewn together on your station. On the inner fabric side, from the outer edge of that fabric, you are going to measure 9 inches in. Mark the line the entire width of the fabric. Then you're going to fold that fabric long ways and mark the center. The opening of the pocket is facing that outer edge. As a side note, position the edge of that pocket right on the line that you made and then pin it. Make sure that everything is nice and center. Take it to your sewing machine and sew 3 of those sides down. Be sure not to sew the side that is facing away from the opposite fabric. So the opening is toward the edge of the inner fabric. For a bag like this, I feel like you definitely need to not skip the inner facing step. The inner facing is what gives the bag its stiffness and its ability to stand up on its own. For my bag, I used fusible fleece, but you can use batting or a non-fusible if that's what you have on hand. In the directions, I told you to use 1 big piece. Well, you can see here that I had to make some Franken batting fusible fleece for this project, which is totally okay if you have to too. So I just made mine into 2 pieces, but then I did fuse them down to the wrong sides of this fabric. After you have fused the entire wrong side of this big piece of fabric, you can opt to free motion quilt or straight line quilt your project. I decided for this one I wanted to do straight line quilting. I ended up making a stitch on both sides of every seam on this bag. And for the inner fabric, I just did a bunch of straight line quilting on the width of the fabric. I didn't make the line straight. I kind of went at a diagonal. Get creative on this part of the project. You can totally free motion quilt any design that you want. Now that all this prep work is done, it is time to showcase why this bag takes only 1 seam and then it's done. Here you can see we have our 2 pieces that are connected together. We have our fusible fleece on both of those pieces, and I have also quilted on top. Where the center is, where these two pieces meet up, you're going to measure 8 inches out, and then you're going to just mark it. Come over here and just extend that line. From that 8-inch mark that you just made from the center, so it's center, 8 inches, and then I want you to make a 1-inch mark from this line right here. So we're going to go over 1 inch and mark. From this center line over on this side, you're going to also mark 8 inches. Mark 8 and over. You went from the center, 8 inches. Now you're going to make a 1-inch mark here, just like you did on that side. We want 2 mirror images of the same marks. So the mark that you made from the center to this first line was 8 inches. You're going to grab that line and you're going to pinch it. So you're making like a memory crease almost. It's kind of difficult for me because here I have pieced my fusible fleece together right here. So yeah, that's not a really good example, is it? But oh well. So once you pinch that line, you are going to bring that 8-inch measurement up to kiss this 8-inch measurement. Make sure that you're straight on all edges. Everything is nice. You can check this first measurement right here to make sure that you're spot on by simply hold this down, lift this up. This should be all nice and creased right there where the two fabrics meet up. Lay your ruler down and measure from that 1-inch line over. Use that line as a guide that you made. You just need something straight. It doesn't have to be a ruler. Take this piece and lift it up. When you lift that up, you want to take these fingers and just pinch that area and pull the ruler out, keeping that measurement right there. You can use a clip and just clip that so it stays together. Now you're going to lay that ruler down and measure from this flipped up edge right here, 1 inch. So from that edge of fabric over, then you're going to take and lift this up again. Find where that ruler is, where you have it set, and just pinch. Unclip and reclip. So you have 2 little pleats right here. Now we're going to take it and just flip it right over. So now I'm looking at a lot of color. Take the piece right here, and now you're going to just lift it up. You're going to lift it up where that first mark was that you made right there. That was the other 8-inch mark from center. It's right there where you marked it, and just crease it. Turn it this way so you can see. And just press that down. Make sure your sides are all nice and even. Grab that ruler again, where that 1-inch line is right there. Line your ruler or something straight up on it. And then take this piece again and just flip it. And then you're going to pinch it right there and pull the ruler out. You can see right there, you should be pinched on the 1-inch mark there. And just push this all down. Go ahead and unclip and reclip. Take your ruler again. You see that lip of fabric right there. You're going to line 1 inch over and flip one last time. And pinch. Pull the ruler out. And I want you to notice something here. On that last flip that I did, you see how these are perfectly the same size. That's your goal, is to make sure that these match up perfectly. If they don't match up perfectly, then you need to undo all of this accordion folding and refold it properly. Unclip and reclip. Unclip and reclip. So once this is clipped, this is what you should have. When you lift that up, you have this flap, center flap here in the middle. If I turn and show you this, you have a short flap, doesn't go anywhere. If I open up here, I have a big flap. See, my hand goes all the way in and then hits the crease there. It stops at the crease. And then this one is a tiny crease. Hope that doesn't throw you off there where that is right there. That kind of stinks, but no one's going to see it once it's done though. Little fold, big fold, little fold. This is the whole inside of the bag. Once you have everything nicely clipped, take and open up one of the flaps. Here's the inside fabric here. If I lift this center flap up, I've exposed this strap right here, 1.5 inches wide. It's approximately 15 inches in length because I wanted this to have a little bit of give room in it for the flap of our purse. You can place this any which way that you would like, just on this flap only. From the top of the strap, it's about 2 3/4 inches. So if you measure 2 3/4 inches down and then place your strap, that's where I place mine. Once you find where you'd like it, make sure that there's some give, like I said, and clip that and just flip that. So now we're left with this. Now we're going to work on the straps. Lift this up. Exposing this again, you can see that's where we put that. From this flap right here, you can see that flap. That's what we're going to be working on. You are going to measure from where that's folded right there, 2 inches down and mark. Come over here. From that fold, this fold area right here, mark 1, 2. My strapping I purchased on sale at Joann Fabrics. You can see here I got it for $2.47 a yard, which is a great deal. Always check those bargain bins. So I bought the whole thing. My strap here is approximately 50.5 inches. What I like to do on these is fold that strap in half and put a stitch right along there, kind of giving it a crease almost. You're going to want to do that on both sides. Just make sure that your creases where you stay stitch these are both facing inward, like so. Take this strap right here, lift this up, place it in here at an angle. With that fold, this fold part right here facing toward the inside of your bag. So you can see here where I folded it, and then I'm going to just find that 2-inch mark right here and shimmy this down so that it's about right where that 2-inch mark is that I just made. And then I'm going to clip that in place. Then I'm going to come along here, make sure I don't twist anything. And with this same open edge right here, I'm going to face that outward, and the crease is going facing toward my bag, the inside of my bag, right now anyways. Lift this up. Lay your strap in there, find where that 2-inch mark is, pull it down and match it up. Once it's matched up on that 2-inch mark, then you're going to give it a clip. Just make sure that your angles are going about the same angle. Now you're going to take this right here and just sort of shove it inside here. Flatten that down. Then take this piece right here and lift it up. Unclip and reclip all these side clips where that front piece is and where the straps connect. Do that on both sides. Because this pleat will box out the bottom of our bag, we need to compensate for that up here. And this is how I'm going to do it. From the edge of this, I'm going to go 1 1/4 over and mark. Then I'm going to come down here approximately 1/4 inch away. And then I'm going to take the ruler and line it up, that 1 1/4 inch that I just made. And then I'm going to mark it. It'll be a bumpy mark, so here you're going to do the same thing on this side. You're going to go over 1 1/4 and mark it. Like right here is probably 1/4 inch. So you want to find that mark up top where you just marked, and then this down here. Line everything up and mark it. It helps sometimes too to take just another clip and just clip all of that together at the bottom. Add some clips or pins all the way around. Next, you're going to take it over to the sewing machine, feed it through, and follow the line that you made angled all the way up. When you get about 1/4 inch away from the top, you're going to come along here, stop and backstitch real good, and break thread. Lift out your needle, leave a space, an opening right here so we can turn our work. Pop your needle in here, backstitch real good. Go 1/4 inch seam allowance until you get up to that line. And then you're going to follow that line all the way down and backstitch. See our opening right here. Before we turn things right side out though, I'm going to take my sharp scissors. I'm going to leave about 1/4 inch next to those stitches and cut this excess off, just to get rid of that bulk. Okay, now turn it right side out. Be careful not to tug on your straps to get it out, because you don't want to pull out what you just sewed in. So when you get it to a certain point, it'll kind of look like this, and you'll be like, what in the world did I do? And you're okay. So you can see here, this is going to be the inside. What you're going to do is make sure that you just shove that all in there, because that is the inside of the bag. You're going to pop out your boxed corners. So far, this is what we have, boxed out corners, cute, cute. The strap nicely in the front there. This piece here, and you can see our pocket is right there. So cute. And then you're going to work on this top piece, pushing out all of those corners. You can see here, mine came undone there, so I have to fix that real quick. You're going to press all of this out nicely. Press that, nice. Fix anything that might have came undone, and then put your seam allowances in, and then sew that shut. But you're going to start down here, where the inside is right there. Start there, and top stitch all the way until you get to the other top over here. Do that, and I'll show you how to deal with these straps. So here it is closed up. I top stitched there, and up to there. I'm also going to top stitch following that stitch right there all along, just holding those two pieces together. Now let's deal with these straps a little bit. Open up your flap, lift your strap like so, and the way we angled it, you can flatten it up this way, kind of making like a V shape right there, and top stitch right along there, following this line straight across. Just top stitch it on both sides. Tell me, what do you all think of my new design of the one seam crossbody bag? I'm not typically a purse carrier, but I'm definitely going to be sporting this out in public. This is too cute to hide. Take a look at your screen right now. I've handpicked my other one seam crossbody bags just for you to watch. If you liked today's video, click on it, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Until next time on the Sewing Channel, take care.